All right, and we are back and good to go again. And this time I have the fantastic Agilic team with me. So Petra and Camille, welcome. Take us to the top. Let us know why people should join you.
Thank you so much, Daniel, and welcome everybody to Agilic, and a brief introduction to what we do and what it's like to work for us. I am Petra, and I have Camilla with me today. And for those of you who don't know, Agilic is a marketing automation platform, which we were born as a omni-channel product platform and went IPO in 2018, and currently have more than 100 clients in 10 different markets, serving more than 100 different markets. And the clients that we're working with are doing really well with their e-commerce, meaning that what we're super proud of and what is interesting for us is that they've been winning different awards for best e-commerce and for best omni-channel platform in collaboration with us. So that is what we thrive for, and that is what we work for, and that is also what we internally like to work for. So we would like to win together with our people here on board and with our clients out there. So next year is looking very exciting. We're heading towards growth, and we're heading towards a strong purpose.
Mm-hmm. Our purpose is to help companies build and reinforce sustainable relationships based on unique customer experiences. We do this by using the power of data and our platform's great personalization capabilities to optimize the experience for the individual, making these experiences one-to-one by sorting out the irrelevant communication. In that way, we work to eliminate communication pollution and thereby also optimizing the experience for the individual. We see how this brings real value to the individual experiences, but also create proven results for our customers as well. In order to fulfill this purpose and to live up to all of the great things Petra also just talked about, we must highlight our people here at Agilic, as they are the ones who honestly make it all happen. They are talented and extremely ambitious, which is also why our goal for Agilic as a workplace is equally ambitious. We work to be the most desired SaaS company for people of all backgrounds to work for. We admit that this is not an easy task, but it is our ambition, and we work towards this every day by bringing the right people together and creating an environment for them to thrive and grow professionally, but definitely also personally here at Agilic.
So as most of you have heard about or even know about, there is the traditional HR lifecycle, which we also work within. But we have a strong focus on the engagement and the development at Agilic for the last past years and going forward as well. So we like to see it as a continuous, never-ending learning curve. So from onboarding to performance to development, and every time we recruit. So from a people and culture perspective, and also when people they join us, this will be their journey, and this will be the way that we attract, but this will also be how we retain people out there. So we have a lot of different activities, and I'm not going to go through all of them, but what people are good at, that will vary, and it will also develop over time depending on the circumstances. And we create those circumstances, and sometimes we don't. I mean, if you look at the world right now, there's so much which is out of our control, but we would very much like to have a say in it and to create some environment where people they can thrive and they can develop and they can perform at their best. So we're quite ambitious when we recruit people, and even more when we onboard them. We're measuring this by Pekin, and we don't go below 9 out of 10, which we have accomplished so far. So that means that we're holding people's hands, so to say, so that they get a really good feeling of what their role is about, but also the social aspect and everything that sort of written on the walls that is not always said. And we move on to performance. So doing everything from the probation period, but also making sure that there is clear role profiles, clear expectations, and moving that to having everyone a personal development plan, creating a common language for our people managers and for our teams and for our employees, giving them a TT38 personal profile where we discuss all the talents that people have, but also what you are not talented for. And we call it a high five plan, which is sort of a high five thing, because we will support you going up or going right, going to the left, or even going somewhere else, because this is a continuous journey of learning. And we would like to keep people on board. We spend a lot of time recruiting the best people out there. So we also want to ensure that when you come into a role, you don't necessarily stay there forever. You move around to different teams and to different roles. And that can go in many ways. And I think what's interesting about this is that we have a focus on the individual, and that has a really interesting and also a funny element of it.
Because at Agilic, we recognize that there's no one size fits all. We personalize and celebrate the individual in many different ways. We do it through our product, we do it in the way we collaborate with our customers, but also in the way we work internally at Agilic. We strongly believe that all of our differences that we have internally are what makes us strong, and it's what makes us grow as a team. And as part of this celebration, we have these fun bobbleheads, if you can see in the background here, where we each show our personality. Each employee at Agilic is represented in these bobbleheads. They greet you by the door when you come to our offices in Copenhagen. And it's just a fun gimmick to say that some of us are playing tennis, some of us are playing golf, some of us even have superpowers.
And we also give you your own personal book with your own personal story. When you start here, you get different kind of ways of working, and you do things in a different way, and you come with different backgrounds from all over the world. And we're celebrating by giving you a book, and we have these in the office for people to go and look. It will give you insights about people you might not talk to about every day, and we try to create the next chapter together. So having said that, we're super interested in hiring people from all over the world. So our offices right now is in Copenhagen, but we have people in Germany, we have people in Norway, we have development teams, where the biggest one we have is Romania. And even though we just have one legal entity, which is in Copenhagen, we also hire people in other countries. There is not complete, we can't hire people everywhere in the world, but we are very interested in having a diverse people teams here. So right now we have these open positions, and please feel free to go into our career site, write us an email, give us a call or an SMS if you find it interesting.
And come see us in our booth later.
Thank you.
Oh, I was muted. Love it. This was great. And I think I'm going to speak on behalf of many people here. We will steal the bobblehead and the book idea. I think it's amazing. So meet the lovely ladies from Agilic in their booth. They'll be sticking around here for most of the day. Thank you so much, Petra and Camille. I hope you guys have a successful day.
Thank you. And thank you for this great initiative.
Bye.
Bye.
And we are back with a really exciting company out of Denmark. It's Whistleblower Software, and we are also very happy to be joined by their CEO, Jakob Lilholm. Jakob, take it away. Tell us what you're all about and what opportunities there are at Whistleblower.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Thomas, and nice to be here with everyone. it's always interesting with new events and new opportunities like this. So I'm looking forward to share. And I mean, I've never tried this system before, so I don't know if there's any way people can like send messages or give feedback or any way. But if there is the chance, and if I don't know if Philip is moderating anything, but then let me know if there comes up questions along the way. I have prepared a roughly like 10-minute presentation, so I'll just share my screen and then we will see. I think there should be possibility to see my screen now. Okay, so my name is Jacob. I come from Whistleblower Software, and we are the leading whistleblower solution in the European Union. We are roughly 2 years old, and I'll come back very short to our history. But basically, the reason why we started the company, to give some sort of background before we talk like the specific roles we are looking for right now, is that we were an IT company ourselves before. This is our second time startup. In the old company, we faced the issue of implementing a whistleblowing solution, and we realized that this was going to be a legislation for over 400,000 companies in EU because of the EU directive. So over the next 2 years, a huge amount of companies will have the same problems as we had a few years back. I guess we were ahead of our time because no one really had the problems back then, but we kind of saw the window of opportunity in this space, and that is why we are here and what we are trying to solve and help companies achieve. So basically, the software product is a reporting channel, case management solution for anonymous reporting, confidential reporting in mainly big organizations. Our customers are typically 50 to 2,000, sometimes above 10,000 employees. So companies that are big and have a lack of transparency in the organizations, it can be hard to understand what is going on across the different layers, organizations, countries, whatever in a company. And if there is anything going on that is unethical, illegal, whatever, then typically some colleagues know about it and feel bad about it and want to be loyal to the organization. So we have a whistleblowing channel where you can report as an employee and then stay anonymous and kind of give your hint to the board or the top of the company. Then they can take care of the incident that is going on, or the money laundry or corruption or whatever it is. So that is our software solution. I don't want to go too much into details, but just quick overview of the history, because we are only less than 2 years old, 18 months or something. And right now we work with many big companies. I will come back to that. And you can see the evolution here of the company. We raised 3 million euros from UK investors in October, so that is only 2 months ago. And now we are looking to scale our team throughout the European Union. We are 30 people, office in Aarhus as our headquarter, and scaling to Hamburg and Madrid. Very soon. We are about to open up in Madrid these days. We serve 1,500, a bit more organizations. That is 700 customers in total as of now, and our software covers a bit over 2 million people through these organizations. So that is the employees in these companies. Then we have a distribution network of a bit over 120 legal advisors. So what we do when we have our commercial strategy is that we go out and partner up with law firms, accounting firms, data protection officers, so people that advise in different law aspects. And then we can distribute our software through people that have an interest in selling it and advising it. So we partnered up with PwC globally, DLA Piper, Baker McKinsey for the Danes that are here, Kammeradvokaten, Goison for the Swedish people, Max law firm in Sweden, and Cedervalls law firms like that is our partners, and they distribute our software because they want to advise in our product to their clients. Here is a few of the examples. So both on the company side, Anna Aeroportos is all the airports in Portugal, UNICEF, you know them, Copenhagen University. We have, I think between 60 and 80% market share in the public sector in Denmark, because a lot of universities, municipalities, high schools, stuff like that uses our software. So back to the interesting thing here, and let's see if we can stay within the time frame for this. So we're looking for a head of people and culture because we want to scale our team significantly. We have a target of going from current 30 people which equals, I think, 22, 23 full-time employees right now, to around 50 full-time employees end of next year. So we want to double our workforce throughout the next 12 months. Then we're looking for student workers. To be honest, I'm not 100% sure, because there are so many people online here right now. Maybe there is someone looking for part-time jobs beside university. Then we're looking for student workers in sales and business development that speaks Danish, Swedish, German, Portuguese, Dutch, French. So many different European languages in this position. Ideally, someone that wants to work from our Aarhus office, but it could also be hybrid remote or from the Hamburg or Madrid office. The VP Finance position is basically the person to build our back office and backbone of the company, a person that is interested in finance and SaaS metrics, optimizing a business from a financial and operational perspective. So there's also a position, B2B performance marketing, is someone that is interested in performing through advertising. Online performance marketing is Google ads, LinkedIn ads, Facebook ads, etc. So that is also a position that we want to hire. Then 2 commercial responsibilities is the Spanish market and the German market. My intuition is that there is not that many Spains and Germans listening right now, so I don't want to dig too much into details. But if there is any, then please let me know, because we are super interested in finding the right people to drive our Spanish and German teams. On top of this, one technical position right now to increase our development capacity, a full stack developer. I really wanted to go more into details, but I think because of time, if there is anyone with a technical background listening in here, I actually want to set up contact to our CTO, because he will be much better also at explaining the details and tech stack and position and responsibility and all that stuff. I'm hiring many of the other positions, but the full stack developer is our CTO hiring that position. So if there's any interest, join the room after this session, and I will be there setting up the contact to our CTO. I think a few more minutes. Yeah, we speak these languages internally right now. This is the offices that I have already explained we are looking to hire to. We are on site first, meaning that ideally we don't hire anyone for remote positions, not at least 100% remote. What we want to do is this maximum like hybrid remote, where there is some work days from home and then days in the office. But we really like the spirit and the energy and the culture of being in the office together. So what we want to do is building these 3 hubs, Spanish, German, and Danish hub, and then have multiple nationalities basically in these hubs. So if there's any Dutch people that wants to join, then we really want them on board, but ideally in one of these 3 offices. One thing I really thought about, okay, how can we, and I didn't know what the other companies would do, and I don't think it's a competition, but I really tried to narrow down and think about, okay, what would be the super cool thing that people remember from this session, that what we do in terms of employees and building a nice company, a nice culture to work with. And I wanted to highlight our company milestones. So every time we hit 1 million Danish kroner in our revenue, then we do something together. So when we hit 5 million Danish kroner, we got a nice like barista course, coffee machine for the office. Everyone got like teached in latte art. When we hit 6 million, we did like a nice environment set up in the office, mute boxes, and change the office environment based on what people wanted. And then when we hit, very soon we will hit 1 million euros, equals like 7.5 million DKK, I think 9 million Swedish krona or something. But when we hit 1 million euro, then everyone will be taken to a workaway trip with the company. So we will find a Airbnb spot in a big European city where we can work from in 1 week. So I think actually right now the timing is pretty good for joining our venture, because very soon we will do that, and then people can get on that trip in the spring. I don't want to go too much into details on the vision. I think my time is up. So I don't know if people have the chance to ask questions. Otherwise, in the breakout room after.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think that will be in the breakout. Thank you so much, Jacob. It's truly an exciting company that you have. And I will also invite Daniel to the stage because we are closing in on the first break for today. And I just want to highlight one thing here, and that is that now, if you haven't already, it's time to visit the exhibition and the employers. And Jacob will be one of the ones that you can meet there. So what you do is that you go out in the reception. When you leave the session here, you see it says employer booths. So you click there and you will then be able to see all the exhibitors and go into the booth. And there you have some different options to engage. You can click on contact me, and then you can leave your contact details. And then other things that you can do is that you can sit down at one of the virtual tables, and then you can also engage in the live video meeting here. So connect here, join a live meeting here, and you can also take part of all the information that is in the booth. So yeah, we will be back with new sessions at 11 a.m.
That is correct. At 11 a.m., we're back cracking here with the great folks from Peneo. But like Thomas said here, make the most of the next half hour because we have all the booths with great hiring managers just ready for you guys to knock on the door and engage in these conversations. And I will also recommend that some booths might be busy at some time and there's maybe not a hiring manager right there at that very moment to speak to you. Then you can hit the button here, I'm interested. And then in the meantime, maybe you go and join one of the other booths. But the booths will be open throughout the day and you'll have an opportunity to meet with everyone.
Absolutely. And again, thank you, Jacob. And see you all at 11. Bye.